Everyone says Slavic women are the ideal partners, but nobody talks about the part that actually shocks Western men. They're admired by the whole world, and yet many of them can't build a lasting relationship at home. How can the most wanted women on the planet be the most emotionally exhausted at the same time? Today, I'm going to tell you the real reason and why Western men end up giving them the kind of love they've been waiting for their whole life. And I'm talking about real women and real relationship here, not just chatting online, okay? So let's talk about paradox that internet loves to romanticize, but almost no one actually understands. Slavic women are admired everywhere in the world, praised for their loyalty, they're known for loyalty, right? Dedication, intelligence, femininity, emotional depth. But in the same breath, many of them quietly suffering and struggle to build stable relationship at home. Some feel unseen, unheard, or simply emotionally unsupported, even when they're given absolutely everything in a relationship they possibly can give to partner. And if you're a Western man watching this video might explain the exact reason why you're strangely, unexpectedly, but perfectly compatible with the kind of woman you only dream of meeting. Because what I'm about to tell you is not fantasy or some stereotype. It's a real emotional archetype or background behind Slavic culture that was built not in one day, and the same about background of Western culture and what Western men suffering with, and behind the kind of connection that feels almost faded when two people from these worlds meet. Hi everyone, my name is Anna and I'm an international matchmaker, and I help Western men meet vetted, serious, marriage-minded Slavic women and to build with them serious relationship, loving, caring. So let's talk step by step, right, in this video. The hidden emotional load Slavic women carry. Imagine being raised with two opposite rules. Rule number one is that be strong, handle everything, don't break. And rule number two, be soft, be patient, make everyone's comfortable. This double programming creates women who are unbelievably resilient too. They can handle a lot, but also unbelievably tired because of this volume they have to carry on. They're taught to work hard and look beautiful, and they're taught to support their partners and hide their own struggles. They are taught to rely on herself and still be responsible on holding the relationship together. So even though they look calm and feminine and confident underneath, they often have this constant pressure to be everything at once, and it's a lot. Western men see their warmth, their depth, their loyalty, but they rarely see the emotional weight presses on them from childhood. And that pressure is exactly why so many Slavic women cannot find the kind of connection they deserve within locally, with territory where they live. Why? Let's talk about why Slavic women, they're adored, across the world, right? Number one, it's of course they're beautiful, they take care about themselves, but this list is not finishing here, right? They are very observant, they emotionally intuitive, they pay attention for details that most people ignore, and they know how to build closeness, not just excitement with a man, right? How to develop relationship in deepness. And a lot of Western men describe the same experience after dating them and have experience, right? They say, actually, she listens to me and she remembers things about me, or she appreciates my my effort, and I can actually, feel this, right? Or I finally feel valued, and it's big for every man. It's big, especially Western men. Slavic people, women, they prioritize thoughtfulness, noticing small things, carrying through actions, and building stability, or offering emotional presence. And this feels such a warmth to a lot of Western men who feel like they come from cold winter. Local men just cannot see this as a value. And why many Slavic women struggle locally? Let's break down to the brutal truth. Not with the purpose to judge, but just bring some clarity here. First, its emotional support isn't modeled. In many Slavic households, emotional expression was historically muted. Men learned how to be silent, and women learned endurance. So women became emotionally providers, giving nurturers, but received very little emotional care back from men. Number two is that high expectations with little appreciation. Men are raised with a message: you must be strong and capable and calm and organized. I meant women raised with this. And be loyal, right, to your partner. But very rarely it was like you deserve to be supported. So they know how to give, but they are not taught how to receive. And more changing, like modern generation changing this way. Now, next is that older generation lived through instability, and relationships were often built on necessity, not compatibility. And so this emotional closeness was not prioritized. And that belief passes down: work hard, do everything right, and expect little. Communication is very not direct. They express need through some tone, behavior, some hints, but with no direct request. And it's hard for a lot of men, especially who disconnected to their feminine part, to understand what they need and feel it, and satisfied. There is the quiet heartbreak. Because they want balance, they want connection, they want kind of shared responsibility in real emotional exchange in a relationship. But they often end up as the emotional backbone, the planner, the organizer, the glue. And glue doesn't get hugged. So every nurturer also need some appreciation and somebody who will be nurturing them back, right? So why Western men fit so well into this picture? Now here's where the paradox became powerful. Because Western men, without even trying, offer what Slavic women rarely receive: emotional openness, a respectful communication, appreciation for effort, and gentle consistency, predictability without coldness, care without dominance, and partnership without ego. Most Western men don't think it's special traits, but to many Slavic women, this is exactly what they've been waiting for, sometimes wanted without words, dream of. Your communication of every Western man is more clear, and emotional expression is more natural. Expectations are more balanced, due to your side of the story and experience you have locally. You don't expect women to carry everything. You value her loyalty, and you want stability too. You're everything her culture rarely reward. And she's everything you're dating, you know, and she has everything that your dating environment appreciates. The emotional chemistry that happens when these two worlds meet. Let's talk about this. When a Western man meets a Slavic woman, something fascinating happens almost instantly. He feels admired for the qualities she thought were overlooked. She feels, I'm sorry, I just mixed. He feels admired for the qualities he thought overlooked. She feels supported for the qualities she thought were invisible. He feels chosen and she feels seen. He offers peace, especially when he can do what he say. She offers depth. He gives stability. She gives warmth. Two emotional histories finally hit like a puzzle piece that were placed in different places but meant for each other. This is why these relationships can feel powerful and natural, because they're not fighting each other's culture. They're actually the opposite. They're completing each other, missing parts. So why don't more people find, you know, this, or able to find this as a match? Because these two worlds never meet each other naturally, right? There is already Ukraine for many years already cut it from the world, right? Before a lot of foreigners was coming, now no. So wherever you can meet on social media, online, you don't know whom you talk. There is a lot of scam happen online. But so you don't have this possibility to experience real Ukrainian women, you know? And that gap creates misunderstanding from, you know, from what you can experience online. Western men think Slavic women are too reserved at first. Slavic women think Western men aren't serious enough, you know, like maybe a lot of sex stories or whatever they experienced before. Western men fear they're being misread, and it can go on. But in Charles, everything compatible except the starting point. And that's why exactly matchmaking exists. It's not for, you know, it's to provide you this possibility for this culture to meet, you know. And the patterns Western men realize after meeting Slavic women, men who enter cross-cultural relationship almost always go through the same emotional journey. First, I can't believe she noticed the little things, like this is first stage. Second, it's like she appreciates effort instead of demanding perfection. And after this, I feel respected as a man again, and man, like, you know, spread his eagle wings. And finally, I never experienced a relationship that felt this balanced in my life before. And it's not something like, it's not a fairy tale, it's just cultural compatibility that comes from very different backgrounds. And Slavic women give what they were raised to give, right? This is part of their culture. And Western men give what they were encouraged to give too. Together, these qualities build a relationship that feels rare in today's world. And the real reason why this paradox exists is, it's not that Slavic women can't find love at home, it's that they're often mismatched with emotional expectations around them. And this is big. Because Slavic women want to build relationship in depth, you know, and Western men feel the same mismatch, just from the opposite side of what Western men experience in their own home. Two cultures with opposite emotional gaps, two people who carry opposite wounds, two hearts that complete the parts that other never had. Not because it's not because for one culture better than the other, but because together they make something neither could create alone on their own. And the paradox of Slavic women, it's a story of loyalty without support, strength, without rest, giving without receiving, which is imbalance giving. And the paradox of Western men is similar, is kindness without recognition, responsibility without reward, or effort without appreciation. So if you put two these sphere together, right, you suddenly, everything makes sense, you know. And if you've been struggling dating, feeling unseen, misunderstood, or disconnected, maybe nothing wrong with you. It's just maybe you just been searching in the wrong emotional climate and geographically not right location. Maybe sometimes the person who finally understands you and simply was born somewhere else. And yeah, and if you want to know about our matchmaking process and how we specifically help Western men to find their love abroad, you're welcome, more than welcome to join our free matchmaking consultation. Going to matchcommunity.com/register, and we'll be happy to talk to you. And also we will have Tingles Zoom event on December 13th, and this will be for golden age of people. Man is 60 plus, and you're if you want to participate, just send us email to info@matchcommunity.com and say you saw Anna's video and claim your 30% discount. So instead of $1,000, you will get it for $700. And yeah, and maybe this will be your good first introduction of and get a feeling of what Slavic women are. Thanks for watching this video till the end, and I hope to see you soon in my upcoming episodes. Bye bye for now.